What is up, lads? Welcome back to another sweet and delicious Modern Warfare 2 Remastered gameplay. The reason why I'm bringing you this bad boy today instead of some classic Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is because I just didn't want to waste my time hooking up my PlayStation 3 to play some juicy Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, the classic, the OG, because the remaster only has the campaign, and I didn't want to waste 3 hours playing against hackers just to try to get a decent 10-minute gameplay. So I apologize for no multiplayer gameplay, but instead you get some juicy campaign remastered with these biblical graphics that just look absolutely amazing. So today, ladies and gentlemen, or actually yesterday by the time I released this video, TGR, the gaming revolution, aka the Call of Duty leaker, aka the Robin Hood of Call of Duty, has released some juicy information about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer. So this is not official news or whatever. This is just, you know, our boy TGR talking. And you know what? I'm kind of gonna believe my boy TGR because he's a very reliable source, and pretty much 90% of the stuff he leaks is true. It happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, do you guys want Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer to happen? If you do, make sure you drop down in the comment and also drop a like, ladies and gentlemen. I obviously want to play Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, the multiplayer, especially after using the riot shield in the campaign. Oh my freaking god, the riot shield looks so juicy, and the weapon inspection is just out of this world. When you do the weapon inspection, you feel like the Hulk, you feel like you're ready to smash the soul out of Lil Jimmy's, and I mean, doing that before attacking Lil Jimmy's and nerds in the multiplayer must be such an awesome feeling. And also the F2000, my favorite gun. My favorite weapon is the riot shield. My favorite gun in MW2 is the F2000. It is back. It has a cheeky weapon inspection, which is you wipe the dust off the F2000, which is such a cheeky move because, I mean, the last time we saw it was back in 2009, so, I mean, at this point, yeah, it's covered in freaking dust, so it's back in MW2. I love it with some new details. I mean, pretty much all the guns have new details here and there, which is absolutely amazing. So, great job to Raven on the remaster of Modern Warfare 2, the campaign. But yeah, I mean, having weapon inspections in the campaign, having the gold camo on the Deagle, those were signs that the multiplayer was either in progress or ready to go or whatever. So TGR claims that Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered is in development and has been ready for a while. But yeah, as you guys know, the whole story, Infinity Ward or Activision said that they had no plans for the release of the multiplayer. They didn't say they were not working on it. They just said that they had no plans for the release of the multiplayer because they didn't want to split up the community. They didn't want to have people playing MW2 the multiplayer, Warzone, and also Modern Warfare. When it comes to Modern Warfare, don't worry, no one's gonna play that if you release Modern Warfare 2. So yeah, the community would only be split between Warzone and MW2. So this is what this is the cheeky information our boy TGR has been talking about. So he said, I have heard some recent information that apparently a reason as to why it hasn't released the MW2 remastered multiplayer yet is because the game is apparently very different to the original Modern Warfare 2, and they've changed a lot of things, and they don't think the community will like it. Now this right here is very cheeky, ladies and gentlemen. So they don't know if they're ever going to release it. I have heard that they are still testing it out, so I'm assuming they are still changing things. I feel like it is still going to be coming out at some point. I just really do not know when. And then he thinks that it really wouldn't surprise me if it is not until a year from now. This is his opinion. He doesn't know. So I think that there's a big chance Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer, might still happen this year, ladies and gentlemen. Just follow my theory here. So with the pandemic we have going on right now worldwide, most of the population is working from home or are not working at all. And I am going to bet that, yeah, these guys from Call of Duty are working or trying to work from home, but it's not the same thing as working at the studio where they have the full technology, right? So there's still a very long time until they release the new Call of Duty. It's a big time they're not spending at the studio working with the proper tools. Working from home is not the same thing. And on top of that, if you add the fact that this game, the new Call of Duty, was being made by Sledgehammer, and then Activision gave the job to Treyarch, and Treyarch had to do things their own way and whatever. Dude, this Call of Duty, if it's released this year, it's gonna be such a mess. Every single time they release a new Call of Duty game in normal conditions, after 3 years of working on it, they still release it incomplete with a bunch of bugs. Okay, so just imagine how bad this Call of Duty is gonna be like when it is released, and unless they have been working on it super crazy, and at this point they just have to fix a couple of cheeky things here and there, which they can do from home, but I don't believe that's gonna happen. So there's a big chance the new Call of Duty is going to be delayed, and that is when, ladies and gentlemen, Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered comes to save the day. That way, instead of having no Call of Duty, we would have MW2 Remastered Multiplayer, and that would keep us entertained together with Warzone. Let's forget about Modern Warfare until the new Call of Duty comes out. And they say that they don't think that the community will like the changes that the things they've been doing changing in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and I don't see how they could ruin an already broken multiplayer. It does not make any sense, ladies and gentlemen. This is boggling my mind. Unless that, even though it's Raven working on Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, unless it's Infinity Ward that is overseeing whatever they're doing, unless it is Infinity Ward that is giving them the orders, and they have ordered Raven to add doors to MW2 multiplayer, to add doors to windows, and stuff like that, stuff like tactical safe spaces. Because just think about it, they have every single classic map they have released in Modern Warfare, they always add new areas, they always add new tactical safe spaces where you can feel safe. Maybe they also added skill-based matchmaking, maybe they added mounting and leaning, maybe loud footsteps like in Modern Warfare, maybe they increased or decreased actually the time to kill so you die super fast in MW2, maybe they have added flinch. I don't know, there are so many things that could have gone wrong, and let me tell you something, okay? This is not rocket science, it's actually quite simple. The only thing you need to do when it comes to the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is to fix the broken things that were in the classic game. The things that Infinity Ward could not fix back in the day because they left the studio, right? So you fix those things and you do not touch anything else. So the things you really need to fix is, for example, the noob tube problem. Noob tubes and one-man army cannot go along together. Either you use the noob tube or you use the one-man army. So it's quite simple. This is something that Call of Duty 4 had. If you use the noob tube in Call of Duty 4, you can't use any perks on the first tier. That's the same thing you have to do in Modern Warfare 2. If you use the noob tube, you can't use any perks on the first tier. Boom. If you use one-man army, then you cannot use any noob tubes. Easy fix. And I'm not a Call of Duty developer. Then you have Scavenger. Scavenger is also a problem because it allows people to camp inside buildings and just keep getting claymores over and over again. To fix that problem, all you have to do is, in order for people to get a new claymore with Scavenger, they need to get a kill with their gun. If they get a kill with a claymore, then it doesn't drop a scavenger pack. You cannot get another claymore. Boom! Another problem solved, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have tactical insertions. So obviously this was a problem back in the day because people would go on free-for-all and they would cheat for nukes. So it's quite simple. You don't allow people to use tactical insertions on free-for-all, and that's it. Boom, they're gone. You can use the tactical insertion on every other game mode, but not on free-for-all. Easy fix. Guns are overpowered. They might have done something to the guns. You don't need to do anything. If all the guns are overpowered, then no gun is overpowered and the game is balanced, so please do not touch the freaking guns. Then we have Blast Shield. Blast Shield is definitely something that needs a buff because it is a waste of an equipment. It doesn't protect you against anything. And finally, the last thing, ladies and gentlemen, they need to fix is just the commando knifing, especially with, with the tactical knife, marathon, and lightweight. You move super fast. You can knife someone from a mile away. Obviously, that needs to be addressed. That cannot happen. If you fix these things, and if you don't touch anything else, then Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer is going to be absolutely amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that this information from our boy TGR is actually true? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Also subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.